Hey guys, this is J-Darb coming at you with another game between Battlecake and Farris. Farris? Farris? I'm going to call him Farris. Farris is the red Terran on the right side of the map, and Battlecake being the blue Protoss. Battlecake will be in the J-Darb Invitational coming up next weekend on the 19th of January 2019. They're starting off, I guess it's too early to tell, but I was kind of hoping for a pylon a bit earlier than this. Just like normally you want to rally your probe to the place where you're going to put the pylon and place it as soon as it should line up right about then. But let's see what happens. Battlecake probably going to lay down a gateway any moment now. And we'll see if he starts with a forge. I've seen him do a few forges defensively, but he doesn't really cannon rush ever. Farris having a little bit of a miss micro results in a little bit of lost mining time. His barracks goes up, and I wonder what this guy will start. It might be a second command center, but at this rate, he'll be sitting there for a little while. Battlecake, on the other hand, stacking up some minerals. These would go well right here in the form of a nexus. We'll see. Maybe it's about to. Oh, he decides against it. He gets his double assimilator up. We'll see if he goes for some tech immediately, but no probes on the assimilators. They're just for good measure. Eventually they'll be there. This probe kind of hanging out, just getting a little bit bored, so he runs around. Zealot incoming to watch that wall. That's not a bad thing to do in general. Usually I'll go for a stalker first though, just because it can shoot all kinds of other things than stuff that's right in front of it. But it's good to have something. Some more production out of this would be fantastic, or any production at all. He trying to keep up with those probes. Better than Farris. I was kind of hoping to see some more SCV production and swap to orbital command at this point, but not yet. Battlecake needs to offload some of these minerals. Nexus would be nice. Another Nexus would be nice. He would go for his 4th expansion real fast, but a whole stack of gateways would also work. And then some unit production while this is going on. There's no reason not to, right? So it looks like Farris is getting his 3rd racks up, going into a hard supply block. Oh man, that is going to take a while. He should, if he just had that orbital command, man. Oh well. Silver's going to silver, I guess. He's stacking up those Marines just so that he doesn't forget. I would also like to see an expansion out of him, but all the better for Battlecake. So, there we go. A bunch of gateways, a forge going down, a Templar, or a Twilight Council. I keep confusing this. So, looks like he's gonna go into what? Charge with some fancy warp prism micro, but probably not. Not worth it, man. He's going for the kitchen sink gateway, guys. This is not bad at all. He can get a a hallucinated phoenix up to scout shortly. Farris is going to go see if he can end the game right now with a handful of Marines. A bunch of heroes these guys are. And he's going to find that he could probably eliminate a pylon real fast. This might be a pretty hefty push considering that there are just a couple of units out, but there are a couple more on the way. There's this queuing up of Battlecake's units that could be a little bit, man, they're doing some damage, but they're just getting eliminated by stalkers, or pretty much like against those numbers of Marines without any medevacs, there is no chance between just even a couple stalkers. Alright, we got an idle probe hanging out. Farris, on the other hand, not doing a whole lot. I mean, he's getting his Marines out. He needs to just build more barracks, man. If all you want to do is mass Marines, just get more production capability. It'll work. He does get his factory up and soon a starport, but I don't know if he is planning on using the factory or not. Some tanks would be good. Maybe he's going straight for Thor's with his armory. We'll check back in with him later. Battlecake's main could be cleaned up a little bit to saturate the natural, but I'm just happy to see a relatively high number of workers out of him. I mean, he's doubling what Farris has, so that is fantastic. I didn't notice Farris's APM at the second I was looking there was 0. He was not doing anything. Maybe he went to get a drink. Don't know. But he's fine. Nope, that's the starport. That I thought it would have been finished already. I was hoping that was a command center, but that's just my untrained eye not realizing the size of the building. Alright, he's wanted to get some more upgrades out faster, so builds his second engineering bay. There he'll have weapons and armor going simultaneously. He actually doesn't. I thought maybe there was a good chance that he would use the starport or the factory tech lab on the starport, but I guess not. Battlecake takes his third. Maybe on this map I should start taking this base for a third. It is super forward, but I don't know. Farris sees that he has another stack of Marines he wants to lose. This army should be able to take care of it pretty effectively. This Phoenix is just hanging out. It looks like he forgot to actually send it anywhere. But man, that's alright. It would have been nice to have seen this big move out that will deny the third. But he doesn't yet have a second up, so I would consider this expendable. It would be nice to get the cancel. We'll see if he does it. But no. Oh well, that's okay. He sees this going on and notices that there are way more Marines than his army, but I don't know if... I really do think that his army would take him no problem. Protoss units are several times more effective than a handful of Marines, but I guess he doesn't think so. He finally decides enough is enough and rolls out. I would really like to see a Guardian Shield out of this. Yeah, there we go. All right, that'll basically deny the Marines from a large source of their damage. Battlecake sending his units. Oh man, just shoot them. Shoot them! He could totally end this. Yeah, there we go. With just a little bit of backup, as the Marine force dwindles, they'll become less and less effective against the Marines that he has standing. So yeah, he's able to eliminate a bunch of these guys, getting some micro off there to no avail, but man, at least it was fun. He's got a whole stack of energy on Nexus. Chrono boosting some probes or some gateways would be fantastic. He needs to grab that third. Man, he should just grab a whole slew of bases. He's got enough minerals for it. This probe is heading out. Where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna go? Oh yeah, there we go. We're getting that third Nexus up again. Farris here at 10 minutes is gonna get his natural. And he is stacking up Marines again. I guess he's pretty happy. I mean, yeah, what was the cost to him? Just a bunch of minerals that he has to waste. But Battlecake should have the economy to support that attack. Some more use of these Stargates. Just every opportunity would make this 76 supply into 200 in no time. But he's getting there, man. The third Nexus is on its way to finishing, and he decides to push out with his force at that time. Without any warp prism, I'm not sure, or any forward pylon, I don't really expect this push to do a whole lot, just because there aren't a lot of units here. He'll see this tank. It's currently on siege, so hopefully he'll be able to get in there and take it out, and deny a couple of those mules. They're both sitting on 1-1, with Farris being on 1-1 infantry. Battlecake's supply is almost literally, not quite, but almost literally double. I guess I don't know what he was doing chilling out here. He was just wanting Farris to have an honest fight, I suppose. He goes in there and he's due to lose his whole force, just because, you know, there wasn't a whole lot of it. But man, it's like he literally has how many? 5, 10, 12, 22 Marines. Half of his supply is Marines. I guess, in all fairness, more than half of Battlecake's supply is in workers, which, I mean, is a good thing. He just needs to produce to take advantage of it, and he needs to have these guys sitting out somewhere where they can intercept this incoming army. But he's defending the goods in case there's any. I guess what the mindset here is that if there's any these Marines are just gonna walk straight by. They're like, hey, there are a fuckload of probes right there, I better take them out. So they'll do it. Battlecake probably getting irritated that his third is taken out yet again, but I don't think it quite matters. Hey man, a 6 supply army is not going to beat 22 Marines when, I mean, it's not that many at this point. I guess it's 12. At that, like, by themselves. So it is good that he backs up for the rest of his units. But now what's the plan? Is he just gonna, he must be thinking Farris doesn't have anything at home. Farris doesn't have all these Marines. And I guess maybe he's just gonna defend this spot. Farris could afford to send out a couple of more command centers, but at least he's keeping up on his unit production and his upgrades. Battlecake is just about to the point. Oh, there we go. We got the third up one more time. We need a handful of units going. We have 2 nexuses. Oh man, yeah. Okay, so this will be the real one, I assume, and he'll. Oh, come on, man! Just make some units, make some gateways. Just think, like, if half of these minerals were in gateways, he would be able to make so many stalkers. But no, let's go for some tech. Marines, I mean, it is worth noting the Marines are exceptionally good at destroying any kind of air units that aren't heavily microed, so this is, in my mind, a questionable choice, but hey man, game's gotta be fun. You gotta see those big units, big boys, the Golden Armada. He does have a handful of units coming up. And he starts building a wall here to kind of shield his, maybe to get a warning that his Nexus will be coming under fire. Man, if you're gonna go for something more advanced than what you should be doing, I really think the way to go would be Storm. If he could get Storm or even just some Archons out, he would be eliminating him. Farris has been a lot more consistent with upgrades. He's up to 3-2 infantry, so he's got that going for him. Battlecake starts his second armor upgrade, but yeah, he needs it. I mean, these guys are so much higher up the tech tree than Marines. I think that they should have no trouble with them, but on the other hand, it's a lot of Marines. If these guys had some medevacs just following them around, I don't know if they would be stoppable. Alright, so Battlecake is focusing on getting those extra bases up. That is fantastic to see. He just needs to start pumping out supply, man. A lot of cycles are going unused, and Farris starts to move out with another horde of Marines. I think it's pretty bad news unless... Oh, there we go. That's what we want to see. Doubling his army right in one warp in. That'll definitely help out a lot. This funnel for the Marines is a terrible place for them to be. A lot of them are just running up trying to get shots and unable to. That worked out pretty nicely. We'll see if he turns around to... Yeah, there we go. He turns around to spank some stalkers. But he gets one of them. And now Battlecake's in the scenario where half of his army is not doing anything. But he should be able to have another round of warp-ins any time he wants to. And he's got the money to do it. There they go. There come a bunch more stalkers, and that'll definitely finish off these Marines. It looks like Farris has paused production entirely. He is electing to not go for another base, so he just has one base mining, and it's almost saturated, but not quite. Battlecake sends his army over. Man, if only this was... Give us another round of stalkers. Give us one more round, man. He's got several... He's got a Colossus coming up. He's got a Colossus already. That's pretty useful. Along with Colossus, you're going to want Thermal Lance, which it looks like he doesn't have. But what is the upgrades? Units, income. Whoop, not pause. Oh well. Big fight going down. He killed all the Marines. This Farris doesn't have a whole lot to do at this point. That tank is probably enough to eliminate any stalkers that are going to come up there, but the fact that Battlecake has a few, he's got the rest of his other army here. This is starting to look like a better composition that would be capable of just mowing down this army. But if Farris is unable to get any income, then he's letting those 4 stalkers kind of dictate what he's up to. He just needs to send all of these guys down there and take them out. But he's going to do it the bit by bit, inch by inch way. He makes a questionable choice of sieging up that tank right in the front of all those stalkers. I mean, it does survive, but the other one died. Maybe it would have got out with more health. But this will be dropping the hammer. Battlecake will come down to destroy what remains of Farris's hope for the game. So at 20 minutes, we find Farris with 1 base, mined out. Battlecake doing pretty well with the rest of his bases, warping in some more units. Really, it would have been nice to see a lot more of them, but Farris calls the GG, and so that'll be it. GG, dude. Farris calling it a massacre. I don't know if that's a fair thing to say, but that's it. Well, thanks guys. Catch you in the next one.